groovy.
Yoo-hoo! And thanks for tuning in to another cult horror movie review. In the Mouth of Madness is often considered to be John Carpenter's last good movie. In the mid-90s and mid-2000s, he was directing sludge like The Village of the Damned remake, Ghost of Mars, and 2010's The Ward. That's before he went into partial retirement from filmmaking, only to discreetly come back onto the scene from time to time, most recently in 2023, when he directed an episode of the miniseries Suburban Screams, which has a whopping 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb. This film right here marks the end of the Carpenter era, sadly. The last movie he made that's honestly worth a damn. But you know what? It really is worth a damn. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you'd like me to review, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let me know your thoughts and feelings on In the Mouth of Madness. This is the third and final installment of the unofficial Apocalypse trilogy, a fan-made grouping of 3 of Carpenter's works, starting with The Thing, continuing with Prince of Darkness, and ending with this one. These 3 movies all deal in some way with the end of the world, although I do think Prince of Darkness has much more in common with In the Mouth of Madness than The Thing does. This cult classic tale of terror follows Sam Neill, who plays a detective. He's hired to search for a popular horror author named Sutter Kane, who has gone missing recently. Kane is a writer who publishes these weird, very Lovecraftian horror anthology stories that are known to have weird effects on its readers.
Do you read Sutter Kane?
They almost go as ballistic as a bunch of 18-year-olds at a Taylor Swift concert. As Sam Neill slowly starts to puzzle up the clues and get to the bottom of this disappearance, things really start to go sideways, and we're in for one hell of a ride. It's loosely based off an H.P Lovecraft short story called At the Mountain of Madness. Even though it's not very faithful to the source material, this film does still contain a lot of elements of cosmic horror, which is one of the reasons why I like it so much and find it so original. I will say the first act is kind of boring. It plays like a mystery, but it does take some time to get going. Fortunately, Carpenter delivers the horror goods in the second and final acts of this film. Where Sam Neill finds a secluded village named Hobbs End, all sorts of weird stuff is happening. Where do I even begin? The story really messes with your head. You can't ever tell if what's happening is real or if it's just a big hallucination, some sort of nightmare. Some people will find the plot too convoluted and too ahead of itself though. It becomes quite complicated in some parts, and it doesn't always make a lot of sense. But that's what's good about Lovecraft stories. It's sometimes a perk because it gives you a sense that you're really leaping into the unknown. I also like how the movie is self-aware at times, referencing horror authors like Stephen King. The special effects, although not often present on screen, are very good. It's cool to have those grotesque monsters with tentacles and mutated faces. Lovecraft would have been proud. Oh look who came to join the show. Overall, In the Mouth of Madness is a solid and generally very enjoyable horror film if you're a genre fan. It's a Carpenter classic without a single doubt, and I definitely recommend it.